It's been 10 years since the collapse of Lehman Brothers and the onset of the global financial crisis. It sent a series of credit shocks and bank crashes that led to the deepest world recession for a generation and a decade of slow growth and painful repair. The night before the bankruptcy filing, Lehman employees were already packing their belongings and abandoning their desks. 1 month later, former Lehman Brothers CEO testified before a House panel investigating the financial crisis.
But I wake up every single night thinking, what could I have done differently?
The consequences were disastrous, a global systemic risk that almost brought down the entire financial system.
We saw market turmoil reach a new level last week and spill over into the rest of the economy.
Not only into the rest of the US economy, but also across the Atlantic. Alistair Darling was the finance minister of the United Kingdom at the time of Lehman's collapse and oversaw the subsequent bailout of the Royal Bank of Scotland.
I was asked by my private secretary to take a call from the then chairman of RBS, and it didn't surprise me that he wanted to speak to me, but he said, look, we're hemorrhaging money. And I said, look, you know we've got a plan, we're almost ready to go. How long can you last? And there was a silence, and he said, we're going to run out of money in the afternoon. It's about 2 or 3 hours' time. It's one of the few calls I've had where, it sent a shiver down my spine.
Later, the US Congress passed the Dodd-Frank law, which called for hundreds of new rules, including new oversight of the massive swaps market, mortgages and consumer financial products, and large non-bank financial firms. The markets have stabilised since their free fall in 2008, but where might the next crisis come from?
Because we don't know where the next crisis will come from. We have to continue to be very, very attentive, particularly to the shadow banking system, particularly to the role that fintech will play in the financial system going forward with stability in mind, not the view to restrict innovation, not the view to keep the status quo, but with in mind the imperative of stability.
With the increasing reliance on technology, some say the next financial crisis might be triggered by a cyber attack.